Hello, Ahmadinejad, Matmaran Ramadan, fucking Allah Huli Hukada. That actually sounded a little more Chinese than anything. I don't know this language. I'm biased towards Arabic languages. They sound stupid to me. The language itself looks dumb. Sorry, guys, but it looks like you need a paintbrush to use it. You may want to update your fonts to more sort of easier typable names. It is current year, as Justin Trudeau would say. I borrowed my brother's kafaya to show how ridiculous all this Muslim capitulation is. We talked about Waleed Ali in Hot Canada and his tiny penis, and how him and his wife are all about capitulation. She's got her headdress on. And I've even seen articles where they suggest we memorize passages in the Quran, which they pronounce with a weird K, so to avoid being killed. You have to become Muslim. You need to placate Muslims if you want peace and harmony. No, you don't. That's the same as giving blood to a vampire. It's the same as apologizing to social justice warriors. The more you capitulate, the more you take. You want evidence? Check out Muslims. Check out Pakistan. You know how many Muslims are murdered by Muslims? You can't satisfy these people. They are insatiable. You wear a burqa? No, I can see part of your bangs. I can see your socks. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. But we keep capitulating. And no one capitulates more than hungover actresses who just crawled out of bed. Maybe they're done a walk of shame and go, let's try pretending we're Muslim. Check out this latest video with Lindsay Lohan, who has decided, I'm going to become Christiana Anandpour and actually go even farther than that and become a Saudi woman who just learned English. There she is. So she's decided to put the headdress on because they love that. They love when you do that. If there's one thing that Muslims love, it's women speaking their mind and going for drives without their husband's permission and traveling without a male relative deeming it so. Check this out.
Your picture with headscarf. It's all around these days. People are talking about it. And
people are talking about it.
Thing with your picture carrying Quran, actually.
In America, I was going through a lot with past things that had happened to me over a 10-year span.
Okay, stop. So this woman says, you picture carrying Quran. Meanwhile, she went to school at Harvard or something, probably in Cambridge in Britain. And then Lindsay, not only is she trying to placate them by taking on their archaic religion, but she's also picking up their affectations. That's what cucks we are as a culture. We start talking like you, hoping you won't stone us to death. Go ahead.
Very close friends who have been there for me a lot in London are Saudi, and they gave me Quran.
They gave me Quran
because I was learning, and it opened doors for me to experience. And
it opened doors for me to experience.
True meaning.
Where were you born, Lindsay? Southern California?
Going. Whereas the paparazzi maybe across the street, I didn't know. And they crucified me for it in America.
Oh, I'm sorry. We got to rewind that. I am maybe walking, and they are across the street. Go back.
I didn't know. And they crucified me for it.
No, back farther. Yeah, that part. Sorry, get that part.
Across the street, it's me holding it with me walking, going. Whereas the paparazzi maybe across the street, I didn't know. And they crucified me for it in America.
They take picture me going.
They like Satan. I was a bad person for holding that Quran. I was so happy to leave and go back to London after that because I felt so unsafe in my own country after this.
In mine country?
This is my belief.
Where were you, in West Virginia? You mean mining country?
This is my own will. This is not for you to express. If you want to say
express?
It, keep it to yourself.
She's even picked up the interrogative sort of chunky talking that foreigners do when they speak English.
You're bored hurting me. But I can't imagine how many people go through this all the time. And that made me feel like an outsider. So I understand why, the Turkish people are upset because they live in a great, beautiful place.
It is a great place, especially if you're a tranny and you like being burned to death and dismembered.
Because I felt like that. So when I was in Antep, she put that headscarf on me, I felt really honored because of that.
Yeah, what an
she
honor.
went out of her own way to allow me to be part of her culture. And she didn't have to do that. You know, I was a stranger to her.
She didn't have
And
to
I
put a
merely said I
scarf
really
on your
liked
head?
the color of her headscarf, and she gave it to me. And maybe she only has two, and she gave me one. There's no
Maybe
way
she
that's
only
fair.
has two, and she gave
And
it
I
to
said,
me.
You know what? Because this woman took the time to give me this, and
She crying?
and a part of herself.
Oh my God! You know you know when you're so
Not
hungover
even
you
knowing
cry
me.
at everything.
I'm
That's
not
probably the
taking it
state
off.
she was in.
And my first thought, and I said to my good friend Hillel, I said, but it scares me because people are going to look at the headscarf and only talk about that.
Yeah.
They're not going to ask the real questions about why, because that's not interesting.
It will become headlines suddenly, right?
It
No,
will
and
become
should.
headline.
It should. It should be headlines. It's okay, because in Turkey you have a free will as a woman if you want to or you don't want to. That's why.
Okay, that's enough. I mean, this is difficult to watch as both a chauvinist, a male chauvinist, and a Western chauvinist, because I'm watching two women babble in circles about nothing. And then this woman get out there and just say, we need to be talking. I am a non-English speaker, and I end all questions with influx or a thing that goes down at the end. This is what Barack Obama was doing with NASA, where he said, I'm going to devote the whole country to learning more about the input that Muslim America has had to the space program and mathematics. Ladies, liberals, Muslims don't like you. Hey, Germans who are really into Rastafarianism. Rastafarians don't like you. Hey, Europeans who are really into American Indian stuff and want to go to powwows. Indians don't like you. Hey, Wiggers who want to hang out with black dudes and be down. Black people don't like you. You're that woman who went to Haiti and got raped and started saying, I'm a Malcolm X scholar. You're that woman who hitchhiked across Europe to prove that Muslims are nice and was raped and murdered. I believe that was also in Turkey. You will be the first to go. The more blood you give these vampires, the hungrier they get. Let's maybe reverse the tide and accept that the West is the best, and the whole reason everyone wants to come here is because of that. Hi, folks. That was a Rebel Media short. I have my own show on Rebel Media called How's It Going? You got to pay for that one. Check it out right here.